Season 3, mate.
Season 3. We
You did
were
it.
gonna try and start a little sooner than this. But sadly we had some technical difficulties, mainly on my end. Um, so here we have season 3. I am Blick. Alongside me today is the wonderful Magpie,
Oh.
and who we will have be facing off today. On the blue team will be Red Dread Redemption, and the orange team will be Vicious and Delicious.
Delicious, mate. Absolutely
Feels kind of strange.
delicious.
I'm not gonna lie. Um, but anyway, we're starting off a new season, a new year, new decade. So hopefully that means that this season will be fantastic.
It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be one of the best seasons we could ever hope for.
Fingers crossed. We do not know exactly what will happen. We could have just like a major car wreck and everybody dies and the tournament's over. But hopefully that does not happen. Because I mean, we have a decent amount of people that are on different parts of mainland Europe,
Yeah,
and then even
yeah.
not part of mainland Europe.
No, not anymore.
And yeah,
Wow.
well, I mean, they never were technically
We
because they're
never
not
were.
connected. I was talking about like the Nordic countries, weirdo. All right. So, do we have any predictions on how this game will go
How
today?
this game will go. Well, I mean, we do have some polls. Let me have a look at the polls. So the polls on the Discord are saying that people think Vicious and Delicious will pull away with this game over Red Dead Redemption.
Ooh.
So that seems to be what the community is saying. Future games will have a draw, and we'll know if people think it's going to be a draw. But so I just have to deal with that for a second.
I,
But yeah, I don't know. I think Red Dread Redemption have a really strong team. They've got Slipers, Shadow Marshal, Dutch, Sleepy, Wesley playing. So I know that Sleepy's like one of the top fraggers on our Discord. So
mm,
it's going to be a tough guy to get past. And on the Orange team, Street as well, one of our top tournament players. So
if
it's
I
actually
remember, Street didn't he have the most kills last season?
he had the most kills last season.
Mm-hmm.
He also he he had the most grudges against Alice last tournament. Poor Alice with the 12 kills, and he had the top KD with 1.83 for the tournament, which is
Mm-hmm.
insane. So Sleepy did really well though. Sleepy did top the charts as well. Sleepy had the top headshot percentage for the tournament with 66%. And he also had one of the top 5 KDs. He was in third place with 1.47. So I really think this is going to be a tough match. Both teams got top fraggers. Both teams got fantastic support players. Domain Zane I've seen him clutch some ridiculous games. It's been fantastic. Matex is a brilliant IGL. I've played with Chris. He's a really, really solid player as well. I've never played with Fury, so I don't know much about that guy. Red team though, Slipus, he's a really solid player and he's a really good IGL captain for that team. I haven't played with Trojan much, but I know he's a good player. Wesley as
Shadow
well,
Marshal,
decent
for those
player.
of you who are
That's
unaware
Shadow
what that
Marshal,
is.
that's the one. Yeah, and Dutch as well. Dutch is a fantastic support player, and probably see some clash if he doesn't get banned on the board today.
Yeah, definitely coming out from Dutch. Dutch does very
Absolutely.
good job with Clash there. And honestly, out of our map pool, which we haven't even done map bans yet, our map
Yeah.
pool for
Oh,
today, potentially, mind you, will be Bank, Border, Clubhouse, Coastline, Consulate, Cafe Dostoevsky, and Villa. Those are our possible maps for today's games. Um, honestly, I feel this. We were chatting earlier before we went live, and I feel the sentiment is similar between Magpie and I. Um, no more border. If we could stay away from border, I think that would be good.
that would
Is
be good.
is there a map that you are looking to see today?
um, I don't really know. I got to be honest. I don't know where we want to start. I mean, it's a fresh season, so I mean, it's also any map could be picked at this point. Actually, I'm going to get them start the map bans now.
Yeah.
So let's get that going. Start map bans. Get them on the way. But I think, I think I quite like Clubhouse. I know it gets played a lot, but I actually really like that map, and I really like how it plays.
Hmm.
I think that's good, always a good laugh. Bank is a weird one that we don't see very often. Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind seeing that being played, and I mean Cafe as well. I think that's got a great flow, just like Clubhouse. I think that plays really well.
I was about to say, mine that I really like to see is I like to see Consulate because it's a very interesting map, especially for roamers.
Absolutely.
Because there's so many places where you set up just a single attacker and boom, there's nothing that they can do to try and rotate to get back to site. And I also really like Villa, and Villa's kind of interesting because it almost has like this feeling of isolation and claustrophobia a little bit, especially when you get more towards downstairs, with how close it feels like those hallway walls are.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting, and it's maybe a little bit of like a horror film when it comes to these maps because you never know where somebody's going to pop out of at you. So I would like to see Villa or Consulate. Those are two really good maps, and it looks like Clubhouse will be our first map banned here by Red
Aha.
Dread Redemption. Redemption. Excuse me. So,
It's a hard name to say, isn't it?
you
I'm really
know, it
annoyed that
is.
that's what they came up with.
You want to go for the video game series every time you see it. So,
Hmm.
and it looks like Consulate gets taken out by Vicious and Delicious here. So sadly, I won't get to see Consulate, and actually, you won't get to see
The
Clubhouse.
cafe.
And then Cafe comes
Or
out.
cafe, yeah. That's a shame. Maybe I'm hoping for a coastline or a bank here, I think.
Well, Coastline just went.
Ah!
So Bank, Border, and Villa are our final three options here.
I think border is always a really... Oh, there it goes.
Yep.
So we're talking about that then.
Yep. It's always fun,
All right.
when you're about to. Do you want to name another map real quick? Because that might be banned.
I quite like to see bank.
Nope, not yet. Not yet.
No, not yet. Villa's gone. We're going to bank.
Alrighty,
Great.
so we are going to bank. And I was
Right.
already set up on there. So, ladies and gentlemen.
Fantastic.
Let's
Wait
get
for
this-
the... they're going to pick their attacking side. Just a second.
Oh, right. Yes, I
Yes.
do need to remember how to do that.
So just hold on a second. They're
Yep.
just voting on that.
And it looks like we've got blue team defending.
Defending first.
Alrighty.
So orange team are starting on attackers.
Yep, alrighty. Let's get this party started, kids.
Beautiful. Can't wait. First match, season 3. Gonna be awesome. I've got my cup of tea. got a tin of biscuits. I'm ready.
And we've got operator bans coming up here. So let's see who Red Redemption get rid of here in their first attacking ban. Any suggestions, any ideas?
Always get rid of Jackal. Or Thatcher.
Oh, it looks like we just lost Matex.
Oh!
And
Oh,
it was
dear.
actually Habana. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll give him some time, see what's going on. Oh, Fury
he's
just
saying-
left.
Oh, okay. Looks like
Oh.
we're going for a rehost then.
Oh, okay. Oh, we can do
Alright, great. Well done.
yeah.
Oh, apparently we're on EUS servers.
Ha! That's weird because I put it on West EU.
Ah, interesting.
So, I'm not
All
going
right,
to
then.
quit this. You guys get to
We-
watch it.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
get
gonna
to
take
watch
long.
this. You get to watch a bit of a rehost here.
Looks like we're good to go. All right. we're
Watkin's
just gonna-
saying he can't hear me. Watkin, you can hear me, you piece of shite.
All right. I think we'll get this started one more time here. So, we're going.
Okay, cool. Looks like we're going to be trying this again.
Let's see if we can get this game underway. Because if we're gonna have issues like this for the rest of the day, it's gonna be a long day for me.
It's going to be a long day every day.
Please don't tell me that. just makes me feel real bummed out.
This is great. We have 15 people watching.
I know. How
that's
amazing
like more than
that?
I've ever seen. That's more than watching two low-level Pro League players go against each other.
There you go. Well, once again, Habana will be the band coming out from Red Dead Redemption. Let's see.
Glad they're sticking to that.
Know? And honestly, Habana, not a bad band on this map. Because, I mean, especially when you're going downstairs, she is a nuisance for the hatches. And Vicious and Delicious here. Let's see who they have banned. They have banned Thatcher. Now, that is a band that I have been seeing a lot, and I have participated in quite a bit recently with the games that I have been playing. Honestly, it's a really interesting band. I think it's pretty cool. I would like to see more Kali play. Because she's gone, it looks like Echo will be gone next here from Vicious and Delicious. So let us see who our final band will be. Any predictions?
I'm not sure. Red Dead Redemption gonna be banning a Valkyrie. No, Mirror.
Which is interesting because they're starting on defense. They have like 4 rounds, 5 rounds.
Do you want to know some bad news?
Okay, hit me.
Apparently, when we pick WEU, it doesn't change the servers anymore.
Huh. Interesting.
So that's going to be interesting.
Hold on, we're going to just bring this up here. Honestly, holy good God, nobody go up against Matex with that 260 something. So, good luck, kids.
You know, that's pretty standard. I've seen Matex with high ping. That's, you know, classic. I mean, that's a massive shame that it seems like a problem with the last update, maybe, with Ubisoft.
Potentially.
That's a bit of a shame, but not much we can do about that.
Yep. We just gotta roll with the punches and get over it, kids. So it looks like our first stop here on Bank will be Staff and Open Area. We have Ella, Bandit, Pulse, Caviera, and Vigil coming out on defense, with the Nomad, Ash, Maverick, IQ, and Capital coming out on attack. And no 6 picks for our first round. Bear with me, it's been a minute since I've had to do this, so I have to remember the controls. I'm not sure if we're going for just like a massive run out here. Looks like Dutch is the only person that is reinforcing. Alright, well, we've got Sleepy reinforcing as well with Sly there. But this is the site. But for some reason, we're all over here out in the main lobby. And we've got the front doors open as well. So this is going to be slightly interesting here. And so what we're going to do.
Attackers are moving out.
Just explaining to some of the guys about the server.
Defender exposed.
There we go.
We're
all good.
Let's see what we're about to do here. Sadly, I can't seem to get over here with my camera angle. Oh, it looks like we are going to start everything off with a Nomad Pulse. Just watch.
Is this how they're starting the tournament?
Yeah.
Attackers bomb
Brilliant.
has been dropped. Defender has been discovered.
This is great.
You know,
well, so far,
again.
it is 4 against 1. And so far, the only person on Vicious and Delicious is Chris. And, oh, he's got 2, he's got 3. Can he go and win against Sleepy here? It is mano a mano, 1v1.
Incredible.
Let us see who will get the win here. Oh, there's this swing there by Chris. Sleepy. Ooh.
Oh.
That is getting very dangerous, ladies and gentlemen, to see what will happen here. Oh, going prone, seeing if that might be able to help him out, but sadly it doesn't. And there we go! Sleepy is able to pick up round number 1 for his team in a brilliant way to start off the tournament. The nice thing is now they don't have to go to open area, because technically they won the site.
Oh yeah, shit.
So
Oh,
that
wow.
is a nice thing for Red Dead Redemption to have. It looks like we are going to go to CEO and executive on round number 2.
But
We
are
might
we
see
going
much
to
of the same.
CEO and executive? That's the thing.
That is the true question. It looks
That
like we
is
have
the
a
true
Legion,
question.
Smoke, Doc, Jaeger, and Mute coming out on defense, with a Capital, IQ, Nomad, Thermite, and Twitch coming out on attack here. I just want to show that real quick there, the scoreboard. A little more even spread with Red Dead Redemption rather than Vicious and Delicious, but Chris with that wonderful 3K. That, he almost won it for his team, but sadly he wasn't fast enough with the right arm there.
I'm wondering how these guys are going to fare if they're going to meme the tournament.
If
I
they
wonder how they're going to fare against the blue team.
Defenders, protect your bombs
and
from
being
defused
the
by
blue
attackers.
team, not the actual blue team that we see right now.
Exactly.
Because, yeah. Well, it looks like we're actually setting up site reasonably this time around, which is quite nice. And every time I seem to go to somebody, they are reinforcing.
Attackers have located a bomb.
So they are actually reinforcing. Is this a throw-off, or...
Well, they did reinforce, but this time it actually looks like they are actually reinforcing site, doing standard
10
things
seconds
such
to
as
go.
reinforcing the wall over here, setting up a shield for Doc to be able to play
5 seconds
around
left before
Banana
insertion.
here, and even reinforcing and placing, so far,
Attackers'
no
objective
mute
is to
jammers
defuse
on
the
the
bomb.
back wall here, but maybe that might come into play a little later.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has
And
been dropped.
Magix and Chris have just instantly left.
Wow.
So this is going to be
This is a
interesting.
really good start.
This is a great start to this game.
Okay.
Technically, where we are, we have to let it play out, correct?
We have to let it play out, yeah. This is how it always goes.
Always. We always have problems and issues like this. And it never seems to get any better.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
So far, it looks like... Doesn't really look like we have anybody from Vicious and Delicious in the building yet. So far, we've only got them out here on the roof. Not overly certain where Street is. Nope, he's over on the other side, about to come around. It does make it a little more difficult when you've got 3 of your team as opposed to the 5 that should be standard here. But, at least we're making some moves. We're getting around there now. Starting to see what's going on. So far, we've got Wesley all the way down here by Blue Stairs. See if he's going to be able to do anything. And Street's coming around. See if Dutch is able to pick somebody up. And he's able to get the pick up on Malicious there. So far, it's just 2v5 now. Sadly, Wesley is able to pick up Domain there. And all by himself now is Fury. He's used one of those air jabs. There we go. Chris has come back, so we don't have to wait on him and see if anything's going to go wrong there. But sadly, it looks like this round potentially might be a wash for them. It's just Fury all by himself here. See if he's going to be able to pick anybody off. Matix is back finally, so there we go. We are good to go there. We have the entire team back now. Fury, I guess, just trying to kill time, trying to maybe save his KD, or potentially just see if he can pull somebody out and get them to come get him. So far, it doesn't really look like we've got anybody coming around here. Potentially, no, the Legion's just holding an angle there. It all looks like Sleepy's going to be trying to hold another angle, see if he can pick anybody up. But Fury's going to try and poke out here, see if maybe Sleepy's going to be able to pick him up. Take some damage here, and there we go. Sleepy's able to finish off Fury with the defenders getting round number 2.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for Vicious and Delicious there, losing 2 players. I'm hoping that the game is stable enough for them not to disappear anymore. But it seems there's been some issues with the maybe latest updates with server switching, which I know that they locked off for ranked and stuff. So maybe that's had an impact on customs, which, if you're listening, Ubisoft, you're probably not. But if you are, please fix. We need it.
If
we
anybody
need
can-
stable servers, guys.
Anybody who's watching, please tweet at Intero and tell him to bitch at Ubi for us.
Yeah,
So it
we want to
looks
have
like-
our Discord tournament in peace. We don't want to have free hosting because they're crappy servers.
So it looks like we're going to go to Locker's CCTV this time around with Kaid, Valkyrie, Doc, Legion, and Jaeger on defense, with Capitao, IQ, Jackal being 6-picked over for a Nomad, Thermite, and Twitch coming out on attack here. Honestly, this is
Defenders,
typically the
protect
site
your
that
bombs
everybody
from being defused by
expects
attackers.
people to go first time around. I mean, it's fairly defensible. I mean, besides dirt tunnel and garage, it's fairly defensible mainly because of the hatches that are upstairs. So it'll be interesting to see exactly what they have planned
Bomb
and
located
set
by
up for
attackers.
this
Yeah.
site.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed the first few rounds, but I'm glad we are seeing some actual siege gameplay on Bank like I wanted to. So that's nice. I do think Vision Delicious will pull away with some rounds here, though. I mean, it was a massive shame for them in the last round, but they've definitely got the potential to pull away, get a bit of a lead. Red Redemption. Fuck that name, man. Red Redemption. Obviously, you know, at advantage right now. They got defense. Bank has some pretty good defensible sites, and so they definitely will have the advantage. But yeah, I think, you know, we've seen 2 rounds. The first round was a meme match. You can't really count, you know, who's the winner on that, really. And the last round, the attackers lost 2 of their players. So this is our first time we'll probably see an actual equal footing round.
So far, what it just looks like for Vicious and Delicious is just a lot of droning. Never a bad thing. And it looks like Matex is going to be one of the first ones into the building here. But let us see if Wesley might know that he's coming around here. And it doesn't look like it, but it sounds like there was a ping going off. And we might have our first kill here. And there we go. Matex is able to take down Wesley here on Spiral Stairs. Other than that, it doesn't look like anybody else really is on a roam. It looks more or less like everybody else is down on site. So the rest of the map control goes to the attackers. So we'll have to see exactly if the defenders are going to do anything about that, or if maybe they're just going to let it go. And please, I was about to say, please tell me that Thermite did not just place an exothermic charge on an unreinforced hatch. I about cried. So far, it looks like we're just trying to maybe gather some intel. At least Sleepy is, and everybody else is just trying to hold an angle. It looks like Dutch is there on his cams, trying to see if he can pick anything up. But so far, there's nothing there. It looks like Twitch has been spotted. It looks like Sleepy is on the move there. Or at least he's just going to hold an angle. But so far, doesn't look much like Twitch is moving, and Sleepy's coming up the stairs here. It looks like he's going to have a free kill. There's one. Is he going to be able to pick up any more? Nope, he doesn't pick up any more. He's just going to run back there. But at least we were able to get the 1 kill. Now he has to contest with that hatch being open, and with Street looking straight down into it. And it looks like Domain's going to come over to the other side, come down blue, see if he's going to be able to find anything with IQ's electronics detector. So far, not really. Oh, there we go. We got a goo mine there, and it looks like everybody else is going to be dropping into sight here. And potentially, they're going to try and open up the wall and go for the plant by the desk. Looks like Street's going to try and snake crawl his way into the site there, be able to take out the Kaid, but looks like Dutch is just going to be sitting over here watching. Not sure if they know where he's at, but sadly he doesn't have a nitro cell, so he can't throw it to be able to get rid of that plant. But he gets some intel there. Sadly, he gets taken out, so now it's a 4v3 sorry. Looks like Domain's going to go there for the defuse there. And
operators, you are out of time.
There we go. We ran out on time, actually, for the attackers. Was
that
not
is a shame.
ready for that.
Did he just lift up? Oh, he was going to get attacked, so he stopped defusing. That is a shame. They really looked like they had that for a second. Just didn't quite manage to make it into sight on time.
Yeah.
But I actually do think these guys got massive potential to pull away some games. You know, that downstairs is the most defendable site. Teller's Archives is the next defendable, so you know it's going to be tough for the attackers. But based on how they executed that attack, I do think they could pull away with this, actually.
It looks like our next site will be Tellers and Archive, so we will have gone through every single site on this map. We will take Bandit, Valkyrie, Mozzie, Legion, and Jaeger on attack, or defense, I'm sorry, with Capital, IQ, Jackal being swapped over for the Nomad, Thermite, and Twitch on defense here. On attack. Gee, I can't talk today. If this is how it's going to be, and it's already the first game, and it looks like Valk's being swapped.
It's early in the morning for you, mate.
It is early in the morning. I've been up almost an hour. So just,
Attackers need to locate.
We've got 24 viewers, mate. We're famous.
That's got to give you the energy.
You gotta keep these guys entertained. What can we do?
Just have strokes. Have strokes on air. I don't want you guys getting any dirty ideas. I'm looking at you, Chad. Especially Moody.
Not that kind of channel.
Not that kind of stroke. Alrighty, so far. Standard setup, honestly. We're probably going to be saying that, by God, a whole
10 seconds to go.
Standard setup. Because we typically all know what these setups are, because we play them ourselves.
Attackers are moving
So,
out. Locate a bomb and defuse it.
Well, I think when we get a bit more into the tournament, I'm sure we'll start seeing some Pig Boy
madness.
Yeah, some Pig Boy madness. Maybe Matix actually. When I played with him a little bit last tournament, and his idealic, he's got some ideas. So I'm thinking we might see a little bit more Matix madness as well.
And it looks like Wesley is going to be up here with Sleepy, trying to go on a bit of a roam, and it looks like he's going to try and see what he can do, but he's got people coming out of sock, and sadly he isn't able to see that, and Maddox is able to take down Wesley, but we've also got Sleepy, who just happened to drop and get out of the way out of open area, throws him a C4, and sadly he's not able to connect with it. Not overly sure what that camera angle was doing, but Sleepy was trying to grab Chris there on the rappel. Sadly, he's not able to get anything and walks away scot-free. So now it's a 4v5 here, and it looks like attackers have all of upstairs control. And it looks like the IQ's going there, trying to take down all of the bandit batteries as she can, and ADSs and all that other fun stuff. And it looks like we're going to have Maddox come over here, try and see if he can maybe pick somebody up. And sadly, he just doesn't have the angle there to pick up Shadow Marshal. But there we go. We're starting to hear breach charges go up upstairs, so that way we're able to look down into sight and be able to pick people off. Fury doesn't really have the best angle there. Sleepy's able to take down Street. And Fury loses a solid chunk of his health there. And Chris is able to take down Sleepy. So now we have a 3v4. Favored in the side of Vicious and Delicious. We have Dutch hanging out over here by the main stairs along with Sly. Shadow Marshal over and Tellers. Maddox is able to take down Dutch with this little push coming in over here from open area. So it is just Shadow Marshal and Sly having to contend with Domain Zane, Fury Fighter, Chris Evo, and Maddox. And it looks like we've got the wall open up. Looks like we're going to use that second exothermic charge to the wall a little bit more so that way we can see what's going on. Sadly, we're not able to pick anybody off there with that pre-fire, but it looks like they can see if somebody comes through and see if Shadow's going to be able to get something. Sadly, he doesn't. He gets taken down here by Chris. And it is 1v4, so it is just Sly all by himself, seeing if he can take off the entire team. And sadly, he does not. He gets taken out by Fury for attackers' first round win.
So it's good for the attackers to get their first win, especially after that awful second round where they lost 2 players. This is going to give them much more of a morale boost now, probably get them, on their way, to really contest the rest of these attack rounds. Or actually, one more attack round left. But I think Red Team, the Red Dead Redemption, they definitely had an alright start to their defense, but with CP picking up a kill. But in the end, it just kind of snowballed out of control for those guys, and I'm wondering what they could have done to really hold that much better.
I mean, it could have been any number of things. Honestly, we'll see if they review the tapes and see if they can
Yes.
figure out what they were doing. But it looks like our next site will be Executive and CEO, with Kaid, Ella, Doc, Mute, and Jaeger being swapped over for the visual here on defense, with basically the same lineup that the attackers have brought every single time. The only thing that they've been pretending to change is the Nomad over for a Jackal. So, I mean, it looks like they've figured out what they need.
They know what they want. Yeah. I think this is something that G2 will do, actually.
Attackers
So
need to
we're going to
locate
start
and
comparing
defuse bombs.
Vicious and Delicious to G2 now. You know, they stick to the same operators. They know what they need to do. They all have a plan, and I think that is quite powerful as well. You get used to playing a specific operator over and over again, and you really settle into that character more than you would just, you know, playing them day to day. So if your main, for example, is Nomad, you know, that's cool. You're going to be really good at playing her. But if you play her every single round, you're going to have that little edge there. And I think those little sort of like, you know, like F1 car style small tweaks that really can help you to get through the
5
rounds
seconds
with
remaining.
wins.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. It's a little easier to pay attention to just
a bomb and defuse
2 operators rather than like 3 or 4.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. Even if the difference is minute, it's always there.
Because then, I mean, to be fair, you're only dealing with having to get used to, say, max 4 weapons recoils. So.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly.
And it looks like we're going to have Sleepy be over here by Banana again, by the elevators. But as soon as I say that, he decides that he's going to move, and it looks like he's able to get a couple shots on the IQ there, and likely able to get away scot-free without any shots coming back on him. It looks like IQ's going to be the first one in the building, but she's going to set off one of those Alamines. And it looks like Dutch, playing down here on blue stairs, knows something's going on. And sadly, he just misses the head of the Capital there. But he knows everybody is around on that skylight. I just want you to see this real fast. There is the entire team, basically. And Dutch, all by himself, right down here in blue. And it looks like that exothermic's not going to go off because of the mute jammer there on the wall, so they need to find a way to take that out. It sounds like Dutch is going to throw some shots, but he doesn't take anybody out, but it looks like he does a decent amount of damage onto Street there. And it looks like IQ's going to be going down below to try and help out and take out those Kaid claws or signal disruptors, so that way we're able to open up the door here.
A bomb has been located.
And so far we've just got, and there we go, we've got Matix going up against the Doc of Sleepy. Matix loses about half of his health, and it looks like they're going to just hold Doc over here, and Shadow's able to take down Street. Sleepy's able to take down Matix, so now it is a 5v3 in favor of the defenders. And we've got Chris Derry going to try and come around here. Nope, he's just going to peek into the little stock, and they're finally able to open up the wall there. But it looks like we have Kaid sitting there with his AUG trained on the hole in the wall. Sounds like Doc's going to drop down, try and get in the middle of a gunfight, but sadly I just catch him when there's nobody there. Looks like IQ's going to try and come up and maybe see if she can pick somebody off on this rappel there. And there we go. Sly's able to take down Domain, and Shadow's able to take down Chris, so it is just Fury all by himself. Not sure where anybody is. Sadly, almost could have wall banged there. Somehow gets through that without taking any damage. Just staring at Doc. Able to take down Sleepy, but she's got 3 seconds. And there we go. The impact grenade comes out from the... Okay, it wasn't the impact, it was the SMG-11 there of Sly. Able to take him on down. And so now...
That was a
side
fantastic
swaps?
defense. Yeah, side swaps now. And that was a brilliant defense by
It's very
Red Dread
good.
Redemption. That was really solid. Yeah, that almost was a flawless round for those guys. Somehow, I don't know what happened with Sleepy, managing to miss his shots as he vaulted over onto the Nomad. But yeah, that was fantastic. And you can see there as well, like Sleepy top fragging as expected. Street really struggling, actually. 0-5. This is very unlike Street in the tournament. Wondering what's happening there.
Well, it looks like on the side swap, we're going to go down to Locker CCTV with Jaeger, Kaid, Castle, Mazi, and Ella on defense. With Sledge, Montagna, Zofia, Thermite, and Maverick coming out on attack. And there we go, Dutch bringing out the Monty. A little surprised that I didn't see him play any Clash, but I am not surprised to see him bring out the Mountain, as he is known in his native language.
Looking forward to the new operator knocking down a bit of the mountain next season.
It would be
Have you seen the video?
I have seen the video for Void Edge. I think it would be really interesting, though, if, like, somehow when... Oh, we've got Ella with the shotgun. That's terrifying.
Ooh.
I think it would be kind of funny to watch the Oryx, I think his name is, just sprint through an operator and they just turn into a red mist.
Yeah, absolutely. Sort of, that's it. That's the end of them. Gone for the rest of the game, not even just the round.
5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, seeing him knock down Monty was pretty damn satisfying. So, yeah, I'm really interested to see how that operator can come into the game and really impacts James. I'm not sure about the Yana. I'm not sure about how she's going to impact the game too much. I mean, I think it was DJ that said she's just a massive drone, essentially. but yeah, maybe late game pushes that operator will help out. Maybe it'll would have helped out the orange team there on their vicious side with their pushes.
Well, so far, it looks like Fury and Street are going to try and hold Archives tellers here. A little interesting that they castled off the little office here. Just trying to figure out what their plan might be, and who knows, maybe their math is otherworldly compared to mine. And it looks like we're having a push through dirt tunnel here, and also through the garage, and Sleepy almost able to pick up Domain Zane there. Surprised he missed a decent amount of his shots, but you know, sometimes that happens. And Chris is able to take down Shadow there, so that is the Sledge gone, and it looks like Monty is going to be all by himself potentially. Nope, we've got Sly back behind him, but we've got Matix and we've got Chris just watching, waiting to see what Monty's going to do, and he's got the diffuser, so they're going to have to try and push around and get to him. And it looks like Wesley is going to be moving up here with Sleepy into the garage. See what they're going to be able to find. It looks like Domain's able to take down Sleepy there. So now they have a two-man advantage, and he just happened to miss the Maverick of Wesley. Wesley's looking for it, but sadly he gets taken out. So now it is just the Monty who's pushing up there, and Monty gets taken out by Chris. And Chris is able to pick up a 3K for a flawless round to win round number 6.
Yeah, that was a very impressive defense there. Absolutely brilliant work. I think this is now, you know, Vicious and Delicious's chance to really pull back some rounds, especially after that showing. That was really solid. And it was interesting as well because they obviously had some strats for that. Like, they've never seen that castle reinforce, what was it, tellers upstairs?
Yeah, they were
not
cutting off
that little
open
room,
area.
the little office. Yeah, open area. But that was really solid defense, and they obviously had an idea, knew what they were doing, and it seems like the attackers just didn't know how to get past that. And honestly, at this point, I'm starting to think they might, you know, after that round, Vicious and Delicious might actually end up winning 4 in a row to win this game.
Mm-hmm. It'd be very interesting to see. That is.
Yeah, I mean, if these strats continue and Red Redemption struggle to, you know, formulate a plan against it, then yeah, this is going to be a very different game to how it started.
And it looks like we're going to go to Teller's Archives this time around. We've got the Jaeger, Kaid, Castle, Mazi, and Ella coming out on defense with Sledge,
Defenders,
Twitch, Jackal, Thermite, and Ash coming out on attack here. Let's see if we've got anything a little interesting, especially from the Castle. I always like to see Castle
Attackers
plays,
have located a
to
bomb.
be fair, just because it's a little interesting to see what he does and exactly
discovered the
how
location of a
he
bomb.
will affect his team.
Yeah, and I think it's tough for attackers to get, with Castle, because he's played so little that the attackers don't know, will maybe send one person to push one side, and then they'll come across the castle and they don't have the utility to get rid of it. And it's those situations where Castle's really powerful. It's those unexpected, like, oh, my plan has now been changed now because I can't get past this castle. I mean, it doesn't happen very often, and a lot of time you can just get past them obviously just by destroying them, with your utility. A lot of time Ash is on the board, like now, we've got Sledge on the board. They do have ways of getting past these quite easily, but if they're in places where, say, Jackal is pushing, that could really set Jackal back.
I say, just as you were mentioning that, it looked like Jackal was going to try and take out the Jaeger here of Street, but just happens to mention Street sees the cute little Cam sitting right next to him there. So far, not really a whole lot. Dutch's Twitch drone finally gets taken out down here. And it looks, so far, it doesn't look like we have anybody in the building. It looks like Sleepy might be trying to push in over here with the Jackal, and he's the first one to come into the building here. See if maybe he might be able to find Street. At least he's going to find the footprints of him, potentially, if he picks the right ones. And there we go. We know where the Jaeger is, and he's all the way over in the office here, and he gets droned out as well. Oh, and he just happened to miss the head of the Jackal there. That almost looked like a headshot. Not able to finish him off, though. It looks like he's going to run off and drop down to save himself for another day. But it looks like he gets pinged one more time. So we just have this little bit of cat and mouse game. As Street comes around, and, oh, he's able to lose a decent amount of his health. And sadly, he gets taken out here, so Jackal is able to take his spray. But he loses a fair amount of his health in the process. And other than that, I don't think we happen to have anybody else really on the roam. I mean, you could say that Matix is, and Chris is as well. And it looks like Chris able to pick up the Jackal there on a very cheeky angle that he's got, since he blew out the wall there. Throws a C4, see if it's able to connect, but sadly he's not able to. It looks like Fury is able to take down Dutch. There we go. Wesley's going to able to take down Fury, so now it's a 3v3. Ash is in sight, but it doesn't look like she has a diffuser. Going to try and spray through the wall, see if she's able to get anything. And there we go. We've got Sledge inside as well. Domain's able to take down West, so that is the Ash gone. So it is just Sledge and Thermite here, who's coming around now. It looks like Sly might happen to try and go for a defuse, or not. There we go. We've got the plant going off, and it doesn't look like anybody's paying attention. Nobody knows what the plant is going off now. Closest person is Zane here. Sadly, he's not able to come around and get the kill, and there we go. We have Shadow taking down two. All it is Mozzie left. We're going to be able to see if Mozzie can take this off now. Chris, all by himself. Sadly, he doesn't have a C4, but he's got that super shotty just in case he might need to take a shot here. It looks like he's going to try and rotate around, but last I saw, Sly was looking around. He just happens to throw out a cam and is able to see where the Mozzie is. He backs off, and he tries to take a shot, but he's not able to get anything. There comes a grenade out, and he's trying to get the Sledge. Sadly, he's not able to. Switches over to the super shotty, but sadly gets taken out. So that is the attacking round. The round going to the attackers in round number 7.
So that, yeah. So we're now we're on match point now.
Yes, we are.
Which, that was actually, I don't think, the defenders really had too much of an issue there. I think, I just don't think they had the intel to know that the plant was going down, and they didn't seem to want to be moving. The main aim pretty much stayed still while that plant was going off, and wondering, he probably just wasn't aware that was happening. And it seems like Shadow also, he had some high, I am lost. Sorry. I'm lost with who I'm talking about. Shadow had some impact kills there, but I think that really, getting that plant down, that was pretty much it for the defenders at that point. They just weren't in the right position to take that site back.
Yeah.
But based based on the first defense that we saw from Vicious and Delicious, I still think they can get this. It's going to be a tough hold. CEO is not the best site. It's the third pick all the time. But it also means that it hasn't been attacked that often by the other team. So
Attackers need to locate and
this could
defuse as
swing
many
in
bombs
defenders'
as they can.
behavior in favor. But otherwise, we're looking at a 6-2, which is an insane start for Red Red Redemption.
Yeah. And I do like they're bringing out the castle again. I mean, I will say this castle can be a very good operator for
Definitely.
your team.
And I think he's
Also-
very important on CEO.
Yeah, but also the way castle can be used by
10 seconds
people
remaining.
can be a big hindrance to your team as well.
Yeah.
5
So
seconds left
it's
before insertion.
always good to know when you have a castle what everybody is planning on doing. You know,
Feed up and running.
like
Yeah.
everybody knows what the plan is here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's. I think that the attacking side are aware of that castle, as you say, and I think that he's very important for this site. And his position, castles are usually in a very standard position on the site, so don't know if the attackers really struggle with that. They have got the utility to get rid of it, like they did last round, and yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how this goes.
Now it looks like Magix is going to take over the duties of Sleepy here in this little corner, trying to hold off the attackers here with the dock. And it looks like Sleepy and Wesley is going to come in, and so there we go. It looks like we've pinged the Valkyrie, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, we have. So the Valkyrie is going to be moving around, and Magix is going to be able to take down Sleepy. So that is the dock doing his job, taking out the Jackal. No longer have to worry about him. Other than that, it doesn't really look like we have anybody else really on a major roam other than Chris. Looks like Sly and Wesley are going to try and come around, potentially try and open up that wall there. But it doesn't look like there's any Kaib calls there. So maybe they might try and impact trick it. Hanging out, just waiting, seeing what's going on. And it looks like the Ash is going to try and contest here with the dock, but sadly, the Ash is the only one to lose health. And there we go, we have a few grenades coming in here from Shadow Marshal. Maybe trying to clear out those, at least trying to get those Wamais there. So there we go, we have the Kaid. Is it going to be able to get the, yep. Kaid's able to come up and get the exothermic charge, so that is one down. And it looks like we're going to be out of grenades here. Yes, we are, from the sledge. There we go. Ash going in there, throwing in some flashbangs, seeing if she can be able to get anything. And there we go. And it looks like we're able to get the wall open, and we're not able to actually impact trick it, sadly. But it looks like Fury is going to try and hold an angle, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to see anybody like we can through that couch. It looks like the Wamai of Street just not going to see what's going on behind him. And it looks like Domain Zane almost losing all of his health. And there we go. Street able to take down Shadow, but Dutch is able to pick up Matex. And there we go. We've got some kills coming around, and it's hard to tell exactly what's going on. Street is able to take down Sly. Dutch takes down Domain. And there we go. Wesley gets taken down as he tries to pick up Diffuser, and Orange wins this time around with Fury picking up Wesley and Street picking up Dutch.
Yeah, fantastic defense there from Vicious and Delicious. That was a lot stronger, and they definitely had the right positions. The tricking was fantastic with Kaid, very tricky to do. Managed to pull that off. Yeah, just in general, I think that just went really well for Vicious and Delicious, and that's going to give them a bit of confidence, thinking they can pull this back,
Mm-hmm.
But they are still attacking, and they are still defending, so they do have a bit of an advantage. And now they're going back to lockers and CCTV, so that's also a very strong defense for them. I think this is actually going to be a very close game.
Yeah, very close. Red Dread Redemption, they only need, what, one more round, two more rounds to win?
That's it. 2 more rounds to make this a draw, and I honestly think they could do it with these defenses. They're staying solid.
Well, I would talk about Red Redemption. They have one more round to win. Right?
One more round to win, and they're going to be, they've had this advantage. They've been, on this head start the whole way, and they're just going to want to close this out now. But it's going to be hard for them. The Vicious and Delicious are not going to go down without a fight. And last time we defended this site, it was a flawless round. And if Red Redemption are aware of that, that's going to be in the back of their minds, pushing this.
Yeah. So, obviously what they're going on right now is a bit of frustration coming from Red. There will be a bit of, I almost want to say anxiety as well.
Maybe a bit of anxiety. Yeah.
Just to try and be like, come on, like, we just need to get this done. That's all we need.
Yeah, that's it. Close it out. And I think they are going to still be positive. They're 5-3. They can afford to lose one more round, but at that point, that's the pressure's on. So it is starting to get hot now. Like they are starting to get a bit, like, all right, we got to do this. We got to win this round, and we can just go home. We can just be done. We can move on.
So it looks like Fury and Street are going to be up here roaming once again. And we've got Matix over on the smoke over on blue stairs. But it looks like the castle is going to come back into play here. Once again, castling off the double door that leads into the main hallway here. Castling off the door that leads into the little office from open area. And castling off the main door that leads into archives. So, once again, about the same idea. And it looks like Domain Zane's going to be all the way down here in Garage, trying to see if he can pick anybody off. And that is a hell of a peek that Sleepy's got through that garage door. That is very impressive. But sadly, he wasn't able to get his shots here. And there we go. It looks like Kaid's able to see where that camera is. Not overly certain if he's going to be able to get picked off. And sadly not able to get the kill because of the railing right here. Sadly, I can't really show it to you, but you can see some of those bullet holes. That happened to save Sleepy's life from Zane there. And he's going to hold that angle that he held last time, and it looks like we're ready for it this time, as we're already pre-peeking it. Is he able to get the kill? No, but he's able to take out a decent amount of health here. Domain's going to try and push back, but luckily Matix is able to come back around and help out his team here with that trusty SMG-11. But he's going to take on both the Thermite and now the Ash here as well, along with the Capital. So we now have 3 attackers pushing up onto this little area here to try and push up against Zane and Matix. Looks like the sledge is trying to, not the sledge, I'm sorry, the smoke's trying to take out who he can. And there we go, the rest of the team is coming down the main stairs now. So this is going to be kind of an interesting push. It looks like Dutch is going to try and come out and throw some of those track stingers. The Kaid's not really going to be able to do anything. He's going to try and push out, and he might be able to take out the Capital here, but I don't know how many. And there we go, Sleepy's able to get through the wall here. Try and go through and get, and sadly, there's the smoke down. And are we going to be able to get a plant off? It looks like Sly is going to be able to get a plant going through here. And there we go, the Jaeger comes through, and he's able to take down Sleepy, and there we go, that's him down. And all we have left is the Mozzie here, and he's not able to, almost going to take down one of his teammates. It's 3v1. He's going to try and come around and see if he can get it, and there we go. He's able to shoot at the Twitch, not able to kill the Twitch, though. Pulls out that super shot, even now he is all by himself, stuck in the little closet here. He's going to come around, he's going to be able to down Wesley. But let's see if Sly's going to be able to come around and pick up the kill here. Chris comes around, there we go, he's able to pick up the kill, and that is game done.
Wow, that's a fantastic attack. That honestly, like, based on Vicious and Delicious's previous defense, where they won so easily, I think they looked like they were being led in by CP. They were being droned in. It was just perfect. Really good execution. Just not expected by the defenders, I think. Really well done to Red Dead Redemption, and also commiserations to Vicious and Delicious, who had a rough start with the disconnect. I definitely think that has affected them. But Chris, look at him, 9-5, brilliant game for him. Top fragger in the entire game right now. That's brilliant.
It was a very good game. It's always a little sad to see somebody come in, and lose the first game, but other than that, like it's just bound to happen every time you turn around. So,
Absolutely.
it was a very good game. Everybody played well. It will be good to see how these two fare up against each other next time. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in for day one, game one of season 3. I have been Lick, alongside me has been the wonderful Magpie, and we will catch you in the next one.
See you in a bit.
Go away. I can't.